Am I the asshole for only wanting my wife and daughter to obey my house rules?
Well, he only wants that.
Yeah, guys, let's hear him out.
Only. He said the word only, so there's nothing else that could... You shouldn't even write a post.
Throwaway because daughter uses Reddit.
That's not going to help you.
Nope. My 55 male, wife 48 female, and daughter 26 female have been driving me insane. They both work. My wife comes home at around 5:30 to cook dinner. Then my daughter at 6:30 joins to help her mom. Then I come home at around 7:15 when they're done cooking and we eat. They also do housework, laundry, that kind of stuff women do in households. I'm not lying that was in the post.
This is all real?
Yeah.
This is all
real shit.
Oh, man, this is going to be a fun one. Oh, God.
Nothing much, but I have a few rules. I just need them to obey.
All right, obey. All right, yeah. All right.
Cleaning the house properly, watering the plants, etc. But most importantly, take down the clothes from the drying racks before I come home. I
feel the fucking... God damn it.
God fucking damn it. If I see that on the drying rack,
I will swear to fucking God.
I hate seeing dry clothes left on the drying racks overnight. I see red when it happens. But my wife and daughter have been forgetful of it. They have tons of time between when they come home and cook to do just one simple task. Instead, they hover around the kitchen, or daughter sets up table and wife's on her phone.
And eats hot chip and lie.
Wife on phone.
Phone bad.
That's why I chose this one.
Yeah.
Was that sentence. While the clothes are still there, hanging in the wind. So last night when I went outside the balcony, we live in an apartment, and saw the clothes, I just lost it. I yelled at my wife to pick herself up from her freaking phone and do what I asked.
Why don't you just fucking do it?
Because I don't want to come home mad all the time. I set the rules, I also work hard, and I'm tired after work. Their only job is to follow it, and they can't even do that.
They're working though, right? They
Yes,
also do
they
jobs?
also
Yeah.
work. But my daughter decided to be an ungrateful brat, 26 years old.
26 years old, yeah.
And told me to stop talking to wife that way and to do it myself if I hate it so much. I've done everything to raise her, feed her, and give her a roof over her head, and she decided it was a good idea to talk back to me. But now my wife also seems quiet towards me, so I'm wondering if my wife thinks I'm the asshole for wanting them to just keep the house organized so everyone's happy. Now, my favorite thing about people like this is they're such absolutely raging bulls and stupid idiots, but then the moment that the wife is kind of quiet to them, they turn into little babies.
Yeah.
Where they're like, now I'm worried that she doesn't like me.
Yeah, I think,
You were an asshole.
You were a huge asshole, yeah.
Commit. And just be like, fuck off, wife.
Yeah, divorce.
Yeah. Am I the asshole for posting about my ex on social media? I, 22 female, and my ex, 22 male, broke up a year ago, and this has been nagging at me for a while. Looking back during our relationship, he was pretty toxic. I'm talking about calling me an ass when I made a sarcastic comment about not missing him when I had just bought him new pillows for his move, jealous of me being friends with our mutual male friends, wanting to stop being friends with one of those male friends, and more.
Yikes.
This isn't to say I was perfect, but most of our relationship was consumed with him competing with me and feeling insecure and inadequate. After we broke up, he wanted to be friends. I didn't, but I thought I was in love with him, and we shared a friend group. He spent the next month hurting my feelings over and over, going back and forth about me not having to care about his feelings and whining about me not talking to him or hurting his feelings, treating me like a body to fuck, and trying to get me to date other people even though that was none of his business. I hit my point when he called me at 1 a.m. Oh yeah, you're bringing it out backwards hat, Josh?
I'm getting ready.
I hit my point when he called at 1 a.m. at one point asking if I had moved on because he felt he'd made a mistake. This is so embarrassing for this man.
Yeah, holy shit. I can't even do a joke. This guy's already doing it for me. You up?
I feel like I've made a mistake.
I feel like I've made a mistake.
At first I was calm, then I snapped. Mind you, during this time, whenever I talked to anyone in the group, they would say he cared about me, or he meant well, or he had mental health issues, or call me crazy, and I got tired of getting these responses. It was at this point I realized that I was often at the whim of other people's mental illnesses. Mind you, I have ADHD, anxiety, depression, and I have been emotionally and physically abused most of my life in an extremely low-income house, and I am a black queer woman. I say this only to point out I have shit going on too.
No, yeah.
Like, fucking hearing this, I'm like, no one should fucking have to deal with this. And then I read that, I'm like, you especially should not have to deal with this.
You should not have to fucking deal with this. Wow, holy shit.
This idiot.
Fucking asshole.
So I posted on my private TikTok about how mental illnesses can't be an excuse for every time you hurt someone, to which one of my friends responded, I, quote unquote, shouldn't have done my ex like that. After I snapped, however, I posted a little more. A few Snapchat posts of sad songs I was listening to, and reposts being tired of being a strong black woman. At the time, I had to seriously contemplate calling CPS on my mom for neglecting my younger siblings and deal with this. I'm sorry.
Terrible. Yeah, you already have enough going on. Jesus.
Yeah, holy crap. Then one post on my Insta about giving the ugly guy a chance. Though this might have been after he brought a girl of my same complexion and height with the same interest as me and similar name to a party he wasn't even going to. For the names, think May versus April. It's been a long time since then, but my conscious sake, am I the asshole for posting that stuff?
Am I the asshole for publicly roasting my ex?
Maybe, but I don't think so.
Hi, friends. I found you through TikTok, and I love listening to your commentaries on stories like this. My story is a little long, so feel free to edit it as needed. Never. Am I the asshole for publicly roasting my ex? I, currently 25 female, dated my ex, currently 26 male, back in 2018. While we were in the, quote, honeymoon phase, he had made a comment about how it was like he had, quote, wished me into existence. Now, I let this slide at the time, but it always made me feel strange because it felt a bit like a manic pixie dream girl type fantasy for him.
That's what I got, too, from that.
Our breakup was particularly explosive as I had spiraled into a psychosis as a result of bad medication and coming to terms with the fact that I had been abused by my previous boyfriend. We were both in a bad place mentally, and I've since forgiven him for cutting me out of his life. More recently, I ran into him at my place of work and we decided to meet for coffee to catch up. He said a month after said meetup that he preferred to keep a, quote, healthy distance between us, but still proceeds to lurk on my social media. Now, I should explain that I do keep tabs on who has access to my social media profiles. As previously mentioned, I was in an abusive relationship, and I'm adamant that my abuser stays out of my life. On to the meat of the story. I was mindlessly scrolling one night when I saw an article about Megan Fox and Machine Gun Kelly. The article is about Megan claiming she thinks she, quote, made MGK by manifesting her perfect partner.
Right.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Okay. I violently remembered that comment my ex had made, had a giggle, and sent it to my private Instagram group chat saying, lol, I remember my ex saying something about, quote, wishing me to existence. How weird. About 10 minutes later, I looked at my Instagram and realized not only had I accidentally posted it publicly, but that he had seen it. Nerd, you don't know how to use Instagram.
The one that said it, though,
yeah.
so...
Yeah. Well, I didn't name him. If you know me or him personally, you'd know that he's the only person I've dated besides my abuser, and it wouldn't be hard to figure out which ex it was. It was also his birthday the night this all occurred. His friend did block me after the incident. I can only assume he told them, but he still follows me. I sent him a message apologizing for my comment, but he left me undelivered for a few days and never responded. Am I the asshole?
I
don't really know. I don't care.
What's the harm in saying, lol, my ex said this thing that Megan Fox said?
Yeah.
Am I the asshole for purposefully forgetting my daughter's 15th birthday? All right, ready again?
Okay,
there's more. The whole thing. There's more.
There's more to make it worse. Yeah, good, great.
Am I the asshole for purposely forgetting my daughter's 15th birthday after she supposedly forgot mine the year prior?
Wait a minute. Now that we know that there's been an incident where allegedly she forgot the birthday a year prior because she's a teenager and she remembers everything about her parents.
Everyone. Their brains are new.
Let's hear her out. Let's hear them out.
Okay. My daughter and I have been getting into arguments about this since it happened in 2018.
So this is some long-standing trauma now. Good to know. Great.
Yesterday, she told me to post about it on this subreddit to get clarification on whether it was right or not. Your daughter forcing you to post on Reddit?
You should already know that you're the asshole at that point, because if it's like, I need 1,000 other people to agree with me on
Tell
this.
my mom she's a fucking bitch.
Yeah.
In June of 2018, it was my daughter's 15th birthday, and my husband and I decided to purposefully forget it and spend the day at the beach since we were already on our vacation. The year prior, my daughter forgot to say anything in person on my birthday.
Wait, in person? That's doing a lot of legwork right now. Hold on.
She claims that she made me a drawing and said happy birthday, but I don't remember, and that's why I did what I did in 2018.
Don't tell me that's the end.
No.
Okay, good.
There's
okay.
more.
That would have been crazy if that was it. That was all the fucking...
No, there's way more.
Okay, good.
My husband and I left for the beach around 6 a.m. while she slept, and when she called...
Fuck you.
Dude,
holy shit.
And when she called, we acted ignorant to what day it was. She didn't say anything, hung up, and said she just waited outside for us to come back, watching from the balcony to see if we would ever come. I think it's BS, though.
Yeah, fucking
What the
wow.
fuck? She's been upset about it since then when it gets brought up. Last year on her birthday, she said that it just taught her to not care about her own birthday and focus on everyone else. Yesterday, we had an argument about the same thing, and she said that she would never do it to her children, even if she did forget. And the fact that it's been 5 years, she's about to hit 20, she says, since it's been 5 years and she still remembers it clearly, affects her negatively. She also claims that it was the most terrible birthday to abandon her on, and because we were in another state, staying for 2 months since we own a condo. She doesn't have any friends in that state, so she was completely isolated for months on top of her own birthday.
Oh my god.
But I think it's fair.
Well, I'm glad that we get to know what you think.
She's done every other birthday of mine, and I've done the rest of hers. She refuses to admit that she didn't forget my birthday in 2017. She's making me post this so she'll see all the comments as well. I said she's always just been angsty about it and to accept what she did and see how it feels. Am I the asshole?
This has to be bait. This has to be fucking bait.
Even if she really did forget in 2017, during my birthday, since mine is before hers in March, she would have been 13 at the time she forgot.
Am I the asshole for pushing my best friend into a wall and leaving her alone without checking in?
Why?
I, Rosalie, 24, have been friends with Alexa, 32, since we were in high school. When we first met, I was bi-curious, and when she asked me out, I figured I would give being in a relationship with a girl a go, since I haven't done it before, and I found her extremely attractive.
Nice.
We had a great friendship and had so much in common, so I figured this would be a good ground to build a relationship on. However, I realized early on in the relationship that although I was sexually attracted to her, my heart just wasn't in it, and we were better off as friends.
Okay.
She was an amazing girl who deserved someone who could love her with all their heart, and I knew that I would not be that person, unfortunately.
Right.
She took the breakup well, or so I thought, and we remained as best friends and have gone on to have other relationships since. 3 years ago, I met the love of my life, and our relationship has been very solid, and I have no doubt that he is the man that I want to marry, so when he proposed a few months ago, I said yes and was beyond happy.
Nice.
Since Alexa would be my maid of honor, I went to her house to break the news to her since it was too important to do over the phone.
Yeah.
She was excited to see me as always, and we made small talk before I broke the news. She went really quiet afterwards and then confessed that she had always thought that her and I would end up together, and she was upset. I was so confused that she had never told me about those feelings before, and even if she had, I would not have returned those feelings as I am in love with my fiancé.
Yeah.
I explained this to her gently and asked if she would still be willing to be my maid of honor since I value our friendship so much. Then, out of nowhere, she leaned in to kiss me,
Whoa.
and I stood up from the couch and backed away, telling her I didn't feel that way about her. She stood up and tried to kiss me again, groping me, and then I pushed her away from me and into the wall. She fell to the floor, and I felt so violated and shocked, so I left. I haven't heard from her since, but her family contacted me and assured me she was okay. I still feel bad, though, because I've lost my best friend.
No, you were sexually assaulted.
You were assaulted, yeah. Am I the asshole for refusing to spend my last summer with my mother? I, 18 female, have spent every summer with my mother since my parents separated when I was 8. I stayed with my dad the rest of the year as an informal agreement between the two for him not actually filing for a divorce. My mother is a devout Catholic, which is the root of all our problems. Before the divorce, most of my memories with my mom were in the church or doing church-related activities. And since the divorce, every summer is the same. There is no real bonding or fun, just church. It's a very old-school traditional church, so many of the sermons make me uncomfortable and feel shameful/dirty when I never have those thoughts when I'm at home with my dad.
Yep.
This year, our relationship has been tense because I decided I'd rather take out loans with my dad's help than go to the private Catholic college which she chose for free. When she came for my graduation, she was very passive-aggressive about it, and also kept mentioning that this summer she had some Catholic boy she wanted me to, quote, become acquainted with before I left for college.
Oh, God.
Once she left, I cried to my dad about how I really didn't want to spend my last summer before college away from my friends and stuck in church 24/7.
Yeah.
He told me that because I was 18, I didn't have to go, and he'd back me up, but I had to be the one to tell my mom I didn't want to go. This conversation with my mom went terribly. She was very angry and didn't listen even when I suggested that instead of staying in her town all summer, we spend time traveling or doing literally anything that wasn't just church. She wouldn't budge. She claims my dad has brainwashed me and that I'm ungrateful and hate her. My aunt and grandmother have both called me and said similar things.
Yeah.
They said since I'm her only child, I should spend time with her and that wanting her child to get some time with God wasn't a bad thing. My dad has suggested maybe I just go for a week or two as a compromise, but I refused. Am I the asshole? Am I a bad person? And do I have the right to be upset? I, 25 female, have a male friend, 24, named Austin, who was going through some rough times mentally. I told him if he needed me to visit more, I would, so I did. Each visit, he would find ways to insult and belittle me in front of his friends. Ultimately, I confronted him. He explained that he's had a lot of problems at work and apologized for taking his frustrations out on me. One night we got drunk together, and he asked if I ever had feelings for him. I did not. Strictly friends, so as nice as I could, I friend-zoned him. He proceeded to ask me why, and personally it's because I'm not attracted to him, but I didn't want to be rude, so I just said he wasn't my type. He acknowledged it and we both went to bed. I slept in the guest bed. The next night, we went out to a bar, and I invited my best friend, since we were in the 3rd grade, Luna, 24, to join. The entire night, he kept saying things like, Luna is so pure and innocent and beautiful, why didn't you turn out like this, Abigail? At first, I thought I was reading into it, but as the night went on, it got worse and more rude. I held my tongue to avoid making a scene. Luna found this behavior weird and it made her uncomfortable, so she left early. Since I was visiting him and he drove to the bar, I left with him. My car was at his place, so were my bags. In the car, I told him I was hurt by how he spoke and that Luna found it weird too. He was silent the entire drive home.
God.
When we got out of the car, he slammed the door and stormed off. I sat outside to look at the stars, maybe give him some space. After 10 minutes, I heard the door open and someone walk outside, then walk back in. After 5 more minutes, I got cold, December 2 a.m. in Maine,
Ooh.
so I went to go inside. The door was locked. I called Austin multiple times and texted him, and he didn't answer. After 20 minutes, I contacted his high school little sister, who happened to be up to tell me about a hidden key. I went inside and tried to sleep. After a couple minutes of laying in bed, Austin's phone rang, and he got up and left the room, clearly awake. The next morning, I woke up and Austin was gone. His roommate told me he had gone to a friend's house down the road. Austin wouldn't answer his phone, and I haven't spoken to him since. Our mutual friends tell me he often asks about me and will watch my stories on social media. I think he's butthurt about me not having personal feelings for him.
Yeah.
Am I a bad person for not reaching out to repair the friendship?
No, what? Don't talk to him ever again.
Yeah, this guy's weirdo. This guy's a fucking weird...
Excuse me?
Am I the asshole for reminding my wife she wears glasses? The other day, I showed my wife a post where some guy throws cake at the Mona Lisa. My wife agreed that it was good that the glass was there, however, it's sad that the painting can only be seen behind glass. I reminded her she wears glasses and everything she sees is behind glass. Now she's upset. End of post.
Are you fucking kidding me? That's so funny.
So, I need to read all the comments.
Am I the asshole for taking my partner's name off the project? Yeah. So I'm in university and I was supposed to do a group project with someone in my class. The groups were randomized and I was selected to be with the one guy in class who was very well known for working his ass to the bone for projects and tests. The first part of the project was practical, and it was about 25% of the workload. I'll admit that I did about 20% of it, with me obviously doing 5%, as I genuinely tried but fumbled my way through the whole thing. Brownie face. I'm like a frowny face emoji. I'm
yeah.
decently smart, to be honest, but I struggle, as do many people. This is why I was pretty happy to be placed with him, even though I was pretty afraid I couldn't live up to his levels and let the team down. As we finished the practical parts of the project, the unfortunate tragedy of a family member's passing struck. He immediately let me know that this happened, and he left the country to attend the funeral. I was a bit annoyed.
The country too?
Yeah. I was a bit annoyed by this because it. Okay. Okay.
What the fuck did you just say to me? What, twice in a row? Two podcasts in a row?
Yeah.
What is going on at colleges?
That's what I'm saying.
You fucking young people.
I know.
The audacity, actually. Hold on.
Ugh. I'm getting visceral
my God.
validation from this. I was a bit annoyed by this because it wasn't a discussion or anything like that. He legit texted, "Hey, I'm leaving town, won't be able to work as my family member has just passed away." I get that it's difficult to deal with.
But I'm waiting for the butt. I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop. Come on.
I get that it's difficult to deal with. It's a horrific thing to deal with, but it's really not an excuse to dump a 2-person job onto me. Anyway, by the time he was back in town, the project was about 80% completed by me. We had 4 days due, and I video called him. He looked distraught, and I expressed my condolences, but told him that the remaining 20%...
There's so many buts! You asshole! Oh my God! Yo, I love it. Listen,
how
guys,
can he not be the asshole when there's so many butts?
Yeah, because there's a lot of qualifiers. Okay, there's a lot of Listen, hold on, maybe.
He looked distraught, and I expressed condolences, but told him that the remaining 20% of the work was his responsibility. The workload was supposed to be 50-50, but given the circumstances, I was more than okay to let it slide if it was just 40-60. He did it.
What? That's where you're... Wow, you fucking... What are you, an accountant? Just number... Oh my God, don't fucking tell me.
No, I think the previous one that I read, the girl that was stupid was an accountant.
Okay, all right.
The girl that the OP said was stupid was an accounting major.
It's weird that you're like counting numerically. Like,
no, this person's just a dick.
Yeah.
He did it, but when I checked it late on the night before, it looked pathetic. I was expecting some magic from the guy everyone says is the best in the class, but it looked like a high schooler wrote it. I called him, but no response, so I just redid his section, meaning the workload was about 20-80 on me. We were supposed to fill out peer evaluation forms and write all collaborators' names in the project headings. I struck his name from the headings and instead cited his practical work, as I felt just contributing lab work that anyone could have done wasn't worth a place in the headings. He cornered me when I submitted the work and was yelling how this was going to ruin his grade in the class because it would have been a 0 from him. I told him that the workload was meant to be 50-50, and by my grace, it should have been 40-60, but he chose to phone it in and ruin my grade.
By my grace, I'm not gonna fucking punch you in the face. Jesus.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I told the professor about this as well, and she said that she'd think about what to do about the situation. I can only hope she'll be logical rather than emotional, because I admit I'm a cold person, and cold people win. I'm not doing more work and letting it slide.
What a bitch. Holy shit. I hate you.
No.
You know what? Listen, last time
I hate you. Yeah, I kind of went
last
off.
Time I went off on computer majors. I'm going to apologize. I'm going to apologize to them
whoever
real quick.
this is, whatever this is,
whatever this person's degree is.
Engineering.
Gen Ed.
Yeah. Gen Ed. Yeah, for sure.
Gold people win. You know what? Fucking contact. If this one goes viral,
yeah,
fucking contact me and I'll fucking put you in your goddamn place.
Damn.
All right, you fucking asshole.
Some people think it's bait. I don't know.
It might be bait.
It might be bait.
It might be bait. But you know what? I don't care. I
they
love
make
bait.
a good point that like the guy should have gotten an extension for a family member.
That is true. Yeah.
But I do know some professors are like, if you're not in the obituary, I'm not giving you an extension.
Jesus.
I
fucking
know.
Assholes.
Crazy, dude. I guess because they. Kids also lie about their grandmother's passing.
Yeah, and they should also go fuck themselves. But
I mean, yeah. So I don't know.
Jesus Christ, man.
Now, though, the whole class is fucking me over, taking me off shared class notes and high school bullying me. I don't think I deserve it, but do I? Am I the asshole? Am I the asshole for pointing out my friend's gray hair? I'm gonna do voices for this.
You know, I was actually supposed to do this one and I decided to change it. I was thinking of doing voices too, so now on my end, I'm really interested to see what voices you do.
Yeah, that's
So I wanna-
the
yeah.
element of surprise because
Yeah,
I couldn't
okay.
find a good one. Josh found 2 good ones.
Yeah, and I was like,
So I'm choosing this one.
yeah.
I am 38 female. The judgment already. 38 years old female. And my friend Beth is 39 female.
Oh, what an old bitch. Yeah, 1 year older than me. I get to call her old.
That's not even that old, I think.
Not that old.
We were hanging out with our other friend, also 39 female, when I noticed that the way Beth parted her hair, that she had a few gray hairs.
Ooh, scandal.
I squealed. How fucking boring are you?
Dude, just fucking like waiting like
I squealed and reached out to touch her hair and said, "Ooh, I didn't know you had gray hair."
exactly how I was gonna fucking do it.
Our friends saw and chimed in, "Yay, now you're like me," trying to defuse the situation.
Yeah.
Beth smacked my hand away and was annoyed. My feelings were hurt. Oh,
Aw,
poor baby.
boo-hoo.
Poor 38-year-old. My feelings were hurt, and I asked why she was upset. Beth said I was embarrassing her, and obviously gray hair happens when you get older, and I didn't need to be pointing it out the way I did. I didn't mean anything by it. I just couldn't believe she had gray hair now. She is so young looking, but she is pissed at me now. Is she too sensitive? Or am I the asshole?
It really is the issue too sensitive for me when I read it. I was like, oh, fuck.
Fuck you. Am I the asshole for reporting my coworker to HR for speaking another language and excluding me from conversation?
What?
I, female 23, have recently started an internship at a fairly big company. It's unpaid, but you take what you can, right? I work with 20 to 30 other people who are mostly between 30 to 50 years old, mostly men, but a few women also. We have a break/lunch room that's solely for our department, and we can take pee if lunch break whenever we want or split it however we like. For example, we can take 6 10-minute breaks instead of having 1 hour one. Okay.
Okay.
One day I decided to take my break and went to make myself coffee. There were 2 people in the break room, Jody and Amber, fake names obviously, both female in their 30s. Jody is a Latina, while Amber is from some random small country in Europe that I've never even heard of. Whatever.
Okay, well, hold on.
Whatever.
Whatever. Really cultural you are. You're really like cognizant of like other countries.
That's such a
shitty way to put it.
I
Yeah.
don't get it. I greeted them, and they greeted me back. I went to make myself coffee and wanted to sit with them and join their conversation and make friends, but they switched to Spanish and carried on talking. I asked them if they could switch to English because it's rude to speak another language when I don't understand it.
Yeah, or whatever. Yeah. Yeah, Mr. Whatever. Yeah.
Amber told me it's a private conversation and they won't be switching. I told her she's incredibly rude, and she related that it's a private conversation on a break. I told her she's rude and not even Latina, so she had no business speaking Spanish.
If you're white, you can only speak God's American.
Bro, some country in Europe I've never even heard of. Spain.
Probably, yeah. Like, even like,
Yeah.
there's probably other countries too that speak Spanish in Europe.
Yeah, a lot of people speak Spanish.
Yeah.
Lots and lots of people.
Some
also
country-
bilingual, why not?
Bilingual, yeah. No, it's bad to learn things.
Yeah, I can't do that.
She's so fucking funny. What an idiot.
She literally just ignored me, queen, which pissed me off even further as I found it incredibly disrespectful. The same day, I went to the HR and filed a complaint for Amber. Why are you so